For more than a decade, Carol Burnett made millions of people laugh until they cried. Every week, the audience expected chaos, jokes, and that familiar playful grin. But in 1977, something happened that almost no one expected. One episode aired that left the entire studio silent. Crew members were wiping tears. Viewers at home felt a strange heaviness. Critics later called it brilliant television. Awards followed. Yet Burnett herself refused to watch it again. Not once in 47 years. Why would the woman who built a career on laughter avoid one of her most powerful performances? To understand that moment, you have to go back to the beginning. Carol was born on April 26, 1933 in San Antonio, Texas. Her childhood didn't look anything like the glamorous life people later imagined. Both of her parents struggled with alcoholism, and stability simply didn't exist in their home. By the time she was very young, she was already learning a painful truth. Sometimes the people who are supposed to care for you simply can't. Eventually, her grandmother, Mabel White, stepped in and became the person who truly raised her. In 1940, they moved to Hollywood, but not the Hollywood you picture. They lived in a cramped boarding house surrounded by people fighting their own battles with addiction, poverty, and mental illness. Carol and her grandmother survived on just $20 a week. It was barely enough for food. Sometimes they couldn't even afford basic things like toilet paper. Yet every Saturday, they spent 25 cents on movie tickets. For a few hours inside that theater, life looked magical. On the screen, people danced, sang, and fell in love. On those moments planted a seed in Carol's mind. Maybe laughter could be a doorway out of pain. As a child, she even invented a fake twin sister named Karen. Karen was confident, fearless, everything Carol wished she could be. She'd run up the fire escape, change clothes, and return pretending to be this imaginary twin. Strangely, the adults in the building believed her. Looking back, it was an early sign of the performer she would become. Her path nearly ended before it started. When she tried to enroll at University of California, Los Angeles, she didn't have the $50 tuition fee. Then something extraordinary happened. An anonymous stranger paid it. No explanation. Just kindness. That small act changed the course of her life. At UCLA, she planned to study journalism, but one theater class flipped a switch inside her. And suddenly, the shy girl who survived on imagination discovered she could command a stage. Within a few years, she moved to New York, chasing Broadway dreams. By 1959, she exploded onto the theater scene with the musical Once Upon a Mattress, earning a Tony nomination and national attention. Television soon followed, and eventually the legendary The Carol Burnett Show premiered on September 11, 1967. For 11 seasons, it pulled in nearly 30 million viewers every week and won 25 Emmy Awards. But behind the sketches and applause lived a woman who understood heartbreak more than most. That's why the 1977 scene felt so real. In the sketch, she played a woman whose dream of fame ends in humiliation. No punchline, just quiet pain. When the camera pulled back on her tear-filled face, Burnett wasn't acting anymore. She was remembering every moment she'd felt small, poor, or invisible. That's the secret of her comedy. The funniest people often know sadness the best. And Carol Burnett didn't just hide that truth. She turned it into something that helped the world laugh again.